Welcome to the fourth day and final session of the swimming program at the 2023 NatWest International Island Games being held at Beausejour Leisure Centre. My name is Conor Osber and I will be your host and commentator this evening. Today promised to be as exciting as the last three nights with a packed swimming program with the finals of this morning's heats taking place. It's 4 years since the normally biannual event was held in Gibraltar, and this year for the 19th edition of the Games we have over 160 competitors from 18 islands swimming in the pool this week. This is the third time that Guernsey has hosted the Island Games, with the last time being 20 years ago in 2003. And a big thank you goes out to the Guernsey Amateur Swimming Association, the Guernsey Organising Committee and the Guernsey Island Games Association, as well as all the technical officials, volunteers and Beausejour staff for all the work that goes into hosting an event such as this. So far we've had 33 finals swum, with Jersey currently topping the swimming medal table, with Guernsey in second place and the Isle of Man in third. And this evening we have 12 events, starting shortly with the women's 100 metres individual medley. So far over the last 3 days of swimming we've had over 2,250 live viewers across all broadcasts from 61 different countries, with 4,500 hours of broadcasted swimming consumed across the world. So we hope that you enjoy tonight's swimming finals wherever you are watching from. And the session timetable this evening starts off with the women's 100 metres individual medley. Following that, the men's 100 metres freestyle, the women's 200 metres butterfly, men's 100 backstroke, women's 100 metres freestyle, men's 50 freestyle, women's 50 backstroke, men's 200 backstroke and the women's 800 freestyle. After that we'll have a short interlude before starting the relays, and we have three of those this evening. First of all is the men's 4x100 metres freestyle relay, the women's 4x100 medley team relay, and to close the programme, the mixed 4x50 freestyle team relay. And that's a team where we have two women and two men going against each other in whatever order they choose over the 200 metre distance. And up first will be the women's 100 metres individual medley, and that's where swimmers swim 1 length butterfly, 1 length backstroke, 1 length breaststroke and 1 length front crawl. And fastest seeded into tonight's heat is Abigail Lacey from the Isle of Wight. This morning she went a 66.47, closely followed by the Isle of Man swimmer Laura Keenley. She finished this morning at 66.54, so it's going to be a close race, with those two swimmers being fastest into this evening's final.
Please welcome on the swimmers to the first event of the 34, the women's 100 metres individual medley.
And in this final there are also swimmers from the Shetland Isles, Guernsey, Åland and Gibraltar. And the swimmers are being introduced and walked down onto the pool side before being announced to the crowd.
So the first ladies on for the Shetland Islands. We have Jasmine Smith in lane number 1. Let's have plenty of noise tonight. In lane number 2 for Guernsey, Laura Lacroix. Lane number 3 for the Isle of Wight, Abigail Lacey. Lane number 4 for the Isle of Man, Laura Kinley. Lane 5 for Åland, Ellen Voivalin. And in lane number 6 for Gibraltar, Asia Kent. So as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, I will ask for total silence around the pool until we get underway, and then you can let rip. So please, your silence poolside, over to you, Madam Referee.
Welcome to the first final of this evening's programme, which is the women's 100 metres individual medley, with the current Island Games record standing at 60.225, held by Eidnid Sandin from Gotland. And the swimmers are in the water, with Laura Lacroix in lane 2 from Guernsey coming up first, and she is taking a lead onto the first turn. So Laura Lacroix in lane 2, a sprint specialist, using all 12 metres underwater before she goes into her backstroke, and she's gained a healthy lead. She's a body length up from the swimmer beside her, which is Abigail Lacey from the Isle of Wight. And Laura Lacroix touches first in a 29.65. But these three swimmers in the middle are all breaststroke specialists. So it's going to be whoever can catch Laura Lacroix on this 25 and then sprint to home with the last 25 metres swimming front crawl. And all three swimmers are in a line. So that's Laura Lacroix, Abigail Lacey and Lauren Keenley. And it looks like the Isle of Wight swimmer with 5 metres to go is going to touch. And she does. So that's gold medal for Isle of Wight for Abigail Lacey, 65.09. Followed by Laura Keenley and Laura Lacroix in third. And that's Isle of Wight's first gold medal in the swimming programme this week. And Abigail Lacey is very pleased with that result. And that will move them up one spot in the medal table, going ahead of Gibraltar, just behind the Faroe Islands. In fourth place then was Ellen Wolverine from Ireland, Asia Kent from Gibraltar, and Jasmine Smith from the Shetland Isles, finishing in a 68.88. Next up will be the men's 400 metres freestyle. And in this next event there are swimmers from the Cayman Islands, the Faroe Islands, Jersey and Guernsey, with the current record being held by the Faroe Islands swimmer Paul Johansson from 2009 in 3 minutes 45.87 seconds. And fastest seed into this final is Isaac Dodds from Jersey. And this morning he went a 4:03.22, but he was closely followed by the Faroe Island swimmer Henny Moore Axcombe. He finished in a 4:03.91. Also in here is the winner of the 1500 metre freestyle, Liglas Johansson from the Faroe Islands, and the 14-year-old went 4:04.86 this morning. So we have the winner of the 1500 metres, Liglas Johansson from the Faroe Islands, up against the winner of the 800, Isaac Dodds from Jersey. So it'll be the case of whoever can come down to the shorter distance and swim the quickest to win this men's 400 metres front crawl final.
Cayman Islands, we have Jake Bailey. In lane number 2 for the Faroe Islands, Lukas Johansson. In lane number 3 for Jersey, Isaac Dodds. In lane number 4 for the Faroe Islands, Heini Askham. Lane number 5 for Jersey, Matthew Defanes. And in lane number 6 for Guernsey, Sam Lowe. As per usual, ladies and gentlemen, please, until the event gets underway, silence around the pool. Over to you, Mr. Referee, sir.
This is the final for the men's 400 metres freestyle, with Isaac Dodds, fastest seed from this morning in Jersey, going in lane 3 with the red hat. For the 400 meters front crawl, swimmers are required to swim 16 lengths. And the swimmer with the fastest seed overall, not only from this morning's swim, which is Isaac Dodds, also has the fastest seed in terms of his entry time. And he's the only swimmer with an entry time under 4 minutes. Indeed, his entry time is 3 minutes 51.49. And he's out first, turning in a 26.75 for the first 50, and is starting to build a lead over the other swimmers in this final. So we have 2 swimmers from Jersey, 2 swimmers from the Faroe Islands, and on the outside lanes we have Jake Bailey from the Cayman Islands and Sam Lowe from Guernsey. But it's Isaac Dodds turning first in a 55.43. And following him that, the swimmer in lane 2, Niklas Johansson, the winner of the 1500 meters freestyle from the first night, and almost Matthew Defanes from Jersey in lane 5. But it's Isaac Dodds swimming away from the rest of the field. At the 150, turns in 125.05. So he is splitting high 29 seconds for his 50 meter laps, which if he keeps this up, he's going to be well under the 4 minute barrier for this 400 meter swim. And Isaac Dodds turns at 200 meters in a 154.9, followed by Niklas Johansson and Matthew Defanes from Jersey. So Isaac Dodds' first split was a 55 for his first 100, and for his second 100 he's splitting a 59. Just keeping track of him, just at his toes, is Matthew Defanes from Jersey in lane 5, the other swimmer with the red cap, followed by Niklas Johansson in the blue cap in lane 2. With Jake Bailey in lane 1 from the Cayman Islands, just keeping on track with Niklas Johansson at his shoulders. And here comes Isaac Dodds down to the 300 meter turn. After this, he'll have 100 left to swim. And he turns on a 2:56.31. So for that, he was splitting just a high 62 second low lap. But he started to go to his feet and starting to wind it up. And he will most likely start to move away from the rest of the swimmers, with 75 meters left to swim. And we can see there he's moving to his legs. We can see a more splash from his leg kick as he's trying to drop the other swimmer from Jersey, Matthew Defanes, who's in second, and then Niklas Johansson turning now in third for the Faroe Islands. So Isaac Dodds is coming up to 30 meters left to swim, so he has one more turn here. And it's likely that he'll be coming in around about the 4:54 mark for the 400. Sorry, 3:54 for the 400. And there he finishes in a 3:57.01, followed by Matthew Defanes from Jersey in a 3:59. So Matthew just drops under the 4 minute barrier, with the Niklas Johansson in third in 4 minutes .24.
So we've had 2 swims, so it must mean now that we're ready for a presentation. Presentation of that day for the first one.
So in the other places were Jake Bailey, Henny Moore Askham, and Samuel Lowe from Guernsey, with Henny Moore Askham finishing in 6th in 4:10.41. And now that we've had the first two finals of this evening, we're going to move on to the first medal ceremony of this evening, and that's for the women's 100 meters individual medley that we saw a moment ago, with the three swimmers, Abigail Lacey, Laura Kinley and Laura Lacroix, winning the medals. And for the Isle of Wight, Abigail Lacey winning their first gold medal of the swimming program this week.
So as soon as we see the flurry of flags, which we can see in the distance, the flurry of flags and the three ladies getting ready for their presentation. Reminder again, event number 34, women's 100 meters individual medley, and our presenter and our thanks to the series of colours.
And after this medal ceremony will be the women's 200 meters butterfly, and going in that event are swimmers from the Isle of Man, Jersey, Guernsey, the Faroe Islands, Cayman Islands and Mallorca, so each lane containing a different swimmer from a different country. And fastest seed in tonight's final is Ola Raby from Guernsey, and she's already won gold medals this week in the 50 meters butterfly and the 100 meter butterfly from an individual perspective, but she also won the gold medals on two of the relays for Guernsey as well, both of those relays breaking Island Games records in the process. So it'll be Ola Raby going for her third individual gold medal, and also going for the butterfly triple in just a moment after this next medal ceremony.
We're waiting for one. He's not swimming. Oh, I see one. Yes, that is true. Come on, folks.
And here are the women for the medal ceremony of the 100 meters individual medley. So the way it works for the finals, for those people who haven't been viewing before, the swimmers are paraded along the top balcony here at Beau Séjour, down the steps, onto poolside, in front of the technical officials, before being presented with their medals. And also the winner receives a little mascot, Jet the Puffin, which is the game's official mascot, before the anthem is played, and this time it will be the anthem for the Isle of Wight.
Thanks to Sir Richard Collins there for making the presentation. So the bronze medal with a time of 1 minute 5.74 going to Guernsey's Laura Lacroix. The silver medal in a time of 1 minute 5.41 going to the Isle of Man's Laura Kinley. And the gold medal in a pool all-comers record time of 1 minute 5.09 seconds to the Isle of Wight's Abigail Lacey. So that's the bronze medal to Guernsey's Laura Lacroix, the silver medal to the Isle of Man's Laura Kinley, and the gold medal with a record time of 1 minute 5.09 to the Isle of Wight's Abigail Lacey. So as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to stand for the flag and the anthem for the Isle of Wight.
Next up will be the women's 200 meters butterfly. The current games record is held by Charlotte Atkinson from the Isle of Man, and that was set in 2015 in a time of 2:09.37. And fastest into this evening's final is Orla Raby from Guernsey. She'll go in lane 3, and on either side of her will be Clara Guinness from Jersey and Johanna Olav's daughter from the Faroe Islands in lane 4. Also in this heat will be Alison Bellefontaine, Robin Douglas, and also Blanca Pons de Tencenta from Menorca.
Right, so the ladies are with us. Right, so in lane number 1 for the Isle of Man, we have Robin Douglas. In lane 2 for Jersey, we have Clara Guinness. Lane 3 for Guernsey, Orla Raby. Lane number 4 for the Faroe Islands, Johanna Olafsdottir. In lane number 5 for the Cayman Islands, Alison Bellefonte. And in lane number 6 for Menorca, Blanca Pons de Vicente. So please, ladies and gentlemen, your silence around the pool until we get the event underway. Over to you, Madam Referee.
This is the final for the women's 200 meters butterfly. So that's 8 lengths of the pool. All swimmers are cleanly away into the final of the 200 meters butterfly. And it's Orla Raby who's the fastest seed in lane 3 in the white cap, going for Guernsey, taking out the lead at the 25-metre mark. Closely followed in lane 4 by the swimmer from the Faroe Islands, Johanna Olafsdottir daughter, and also Clara Guinness from Jersey in lane 2. But it's Orla Raby out first at the 50, and she's going to turn in a time of 29.49. Followed by the Faroe Islands swimmer and also the Jersey swimmer. So Orla Raby's already won the women's 50 butterfly and also the women's 100 meters butterfly. So here she's going for a triple on the butterfly events. trying to win the 200 butterfly, and at the moment it's looking good for Orla. She's built a substantial lead over the other swimmers, and that's already being pushed out to 5 meters. And at the 100-meter turn, Orla's going to turn first, and she turns in a 63.00. And this morning, Orla turned in a 65, so she's 2 seconds ahead of what she went this morning already, and she has just under 3 lengths remaining. At that length she built on the first couple of lengths is being extended further now, so let's hope she hasn't gone too hard and too fast too soon. She has 50 meters left to swim, and she turns on a 138.64 with just over a length and a half to go for Orla. And as she approaches the final turn on the 200, the other swimmers are behind her, and then there's a close battle between the swimmer from the Faroe Islands and the swimmer from Jersey in lane 2. So there's going to be a tight race for the silver medal between the Faroe Islands and Jersey, but it's Orla Raby with 5 meters left to go, looking to finish, and she finishes in a 216.26, followed by Johannes Ovlasdottir from the Faroe Islands and Clara Guinness from Jersey. And that is a new Guernsey record for Orla Raby. She's taken the record from Christina Neves from the Guernsey Swimming Club, and she'll be pleased with that. So Orla Raby sets a new Guernsey record and also a new all-comers record this evening to win the 200 meters butterfly, doing clean sweep on the butterfly events, winning the 50, the 100 and the 200 meters butterfly. Second was Johannes Ovlasdottir from the Faroe Islands in a 2:22.09, and Clara Guinness in third in a 2:23.71. Alison Belfonte and Blanca Pons da Vinci and Robin Douglas from the Isle of Man will take up the remaining places, with Robin finishing in a 2:37.78. Next up will be the medal ceremony for the preceding event, and that was the men's 400 meters freestyle, and that was a race between Isaac Dodds, who won the 800 meters, as well as Matthew Defanes from Jersey, his countryman, and Liglas Johansson, who won the 1500 meters freestyle earlier in the week. But it was Isaac Dodds from Jersey who won the event in a 3:57.01 to take Jersey's medal total one higher.
Right, so we just wait. There we are. Flurry of flags. Hopefully we got the swimmers with it this time. Looks like it. It gets confusing when some of them join at the top of the stairs and the others join at the bottom of the stairs.
With that swim then, Orla Raby has taken her gold medal total to 5 across this week. So winning 3 individual medals as well as 2 relay events, and on top of that she set 2 Ireland Games records, and with the last swim there she's also set an all-comers and Guernsey Island record.
So the presentation of medals for event 35, the men's 400 meter freestyle. The bronze medal in the time of 4 minutes 00.24 going to the Faroe Islands, Lukas Johansson. The silver medal in a time of 3 minutes 59.78 going to Jersey's Matthew Defane. And the gold medal in an all-comers pool record time of 3 minutes 57.01 seconds going to Jersey's Isaac Dodds. So the bronze medal to the Faroe Islands, Lukas Johansson. The silver medal to Jersey's Matthew Defanes. And the gold medal with an all-comers record time to Jersey's Isaac Dodds. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to be upstanding for the anthem and flag for Jersey. Congratulations to Lukas Johansson, Matthew Defane, and our gold medalist Isaac Dodds.
And that was the medal ceremony for the men's 400 meter freestyle. Next up will be the men's 100 meter backstroke. And the current record for this is held by Harry Shalaman from Jersey in a time of 52.82 set in 2019. So that's a swimmer from Jersey Tigers, also of Loughborough University. And going fastest seed into this heat is Benjamin Cable from the Isle of Man. His seeded time this morning was a 58.06, but we have 3 swimmers who all went 58 seconds this morning. So that includes Will Sellers from the Cayman Islands. Will Sellers, he won the 200 meter backstroke earlier in the week, and also the swimmer who went 58 seconds was Tom Hollingsworth from Guernsey. The 35-year-old also went 58 this morning, 58.2. So it could well be between these 3 swimmers for the medals this evening. So a battle between the Cayman Islands, the Isle of Man and Guernsey. Also swimming in this event is Robert Jones from Jersey, and also George Hayward from the Isle of Wight, and another swimmer from Guernsey, Owen Edwards, and he'll go in lane 6.
Right, event 37, we have the swimmers as follows. In lane number 1 for Jersey, Rob Jones. In lane number 2 for the Cayman Islands, Will Sellers. In lane number 3 for the Isle of Man, Ben Keble. In lane number 4 for Guernsey, Tom Hollingsworth. In lane number 5 for the Isle of Wight, George Hayward. And in lane number 6 for Guernsey, Owen Edwards. So please, ladies and gentlemen, your silence poolside. Over to you, Mr. Referee, sir.
This is the final for the men's 100-metre backstroke. Fastest seed, Benjamin Cabell from the Isle of Man, goes in lane 3 in the black cap. And on either side of him is Will Sellers from the Cayman Islands and Tom Hollingsworth from Guernsey. The other swimmer here to watch in the red cap will be Robert Jones in lane 1, swimming from Jersey. These swimmers will take advantage of the underwater rule, popping up just before 15 metres. And the swimmer in lane 3 took that to the limit there, just popping up at 15 metres. Swimmers are required to surface the water with their head just before the 15-metre mark on the start and turn. And it's in lane 1, Robbie Jones from Jersey in the red hat, who is leading out the 100-metre backstroke in a 27.19. His seeded time was a 58, but this morning he looked to take it relatively steady relative to the other swimmers, just to make sure he could secure a place in the final. And it could well be that we have what in swimming we call an outside smoker. So a swimmer who wins the event from the outside lane. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does. But it's going to be Robert Jones from Jersey who's going to take the lead. And he's going to pip Tom Hollingsworth to second. So Robert Jones a 55.87, followed by Tom Hollingsworth in second place. And the rest of the results will be confirmed in just a moment. And it's Robert Jones in a 55.87, followed by Tom Hollingsworth in a 56.81, and Will Sellers, the winner of the 200 metres backstroke, in a 57.69. Benjamin Cabell, George Hayward and Owain Edwards take the remaining spots. So that was an exciting race for the men's 100 metres backstroke. And now that that's finished, what we'll do is we will take a medal ceremony. And for that medal ceremony, it will be for the women's 200 metres butterfly. And that was won by Orla Raby from Guernsey in a time of 2:16.28. Pardon me, 2:16.26, which is a new Guernsey record. And that means she won not only the 50 butterfly, the 100 butterfly, but also the 200 metre butterfly for Guernsey at this Island Games, making her a triple winner across all 3 butterfly distances. And here come the medalists for the women's 200 metre butterfly medal ceremony. So that's the swimmers from Guernsey, the Faroe Isles, and also from Jersey.
So event number 36, the women's 200-meter butterfly. The bronze medal in a time of 2 minutes 23.71 goes to Jersey's Clara Ginnis. The silver medal with a time of 2 minutes 22.09 seconds going to the Faroe Islands, Joanna Ólafsdóttir. And the gold medal with 2 record times, the pool all-comers record and a Guernsey Island record time of 2 minutes 16.26 seconds. Guernsey's Ola Raby. So once again, the bronze goes to Jersey's Clara Ginnis. The silver to Faroe Islands' Joanna Ólafsdóttir. And the gold medal with 2 record times there to Guernsey's Ola Raby. So ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the flag and anthem for Guernsey. Congratulations, Jersey's Clara Ginnis, the Faroe Islands, Joanna Ólafsdóttir, and the gold medalist there, Guernsey's very own Ola Raby. Well done, ladies, thank you. Now don't go anywhere, Sir Richard, you've got one more to do, and then we'll let you go, sir. But we have a smooth.
That was the medal ceremony for the women's 200 meters butterfly. Up next will be the women's 100 meters freestyle, and we have 6 swimmers in this next event. 1 from Guernsey, 1 from the Faroe Islands, 2 from the Cayman Islands, and 2 from Jersey. And 4 of these swimmers are all capable of going sub 58 seconds. So that's Alicia Beck Vestergaard, Alison Jackson, Gemma Atherley, and Megan Hansford. So 1 swimmer from the Faroe Isles, she'll go in lane 2. She'll be wearing a blue cap. Alison Jackson in lane 3, who's fastest seeded from this morning's heats. She went a 57.57. She'll go in lane 3 with a white cap. And then 2 Jersey swimmers, Gemma Atherley. She'll go in lane 4 for Jersey, and Megan Hansford. She'll go in lane 5, both wearing red caps. And the current record is held by Olivia Eru from Ireland, and it's set at 56.25, set in 2019 at the last Island Games, which were held in Gibraltar.
So event 38, sorry to repeat myself, is the women's 100-meter freestyle. In lane number 1 for Guernsey, we have Molly Staples. In lane number 2 for the Faroe Islands, Alicia Beck Vestergaard. In lane number 3 for the Cayman Islands, Alison Jackson. Lane number 4 for Jersey, Gemma Atherley. Lane number 5 for Jersey, Megan Hansford. And in lane number 6 for the Cayman Islands, Sarah Jackson. So please, your silence around the pool, guys. Over to you, Madam Referee.
This is the final for the women's 100 meters freestyle. the swimmers are away. And it's lane 2 and lane 3, slightly ahead on the start, but all swimmers are pretty much swimming in line as they reach the 25-metre mark. Perhaps it is the swimmer from Cayman Islands in lane 3, Alison Jackson, taking a slight lead over the Jersey swimmer in lane 4 beside her. And it is Alison Jackson just ahead of Gemma Atherley in lane 4 from Jersey. But Alicia Breck Vestergaard from the Faroe Islands is also in this mix. And all three swimmers are turning in a line at 75, and they've got 25 metres left to go. But it was a very good turn from the Cayman Island swimmer and also the Jersey swimmer in particular, taking some distance out of the Faroe Island swimmer. And it will be the Jersey swimmer, I think, just on the touch. Yes, Gemma Atherley wins for Jersey. She wins the 100 metres, followed by Alison Jackson from the Cayman Islands and Alicia Beck Vestergaard in third, and three of these swimmers dropping under the 58-second mark. So Gemma Atherley wins in a time of 57.35, Alison Jackson 57.51, and Alicia Beck Vestergaard in a 57.83. The other swimmers, Megan Hansford, Molly Staples and Sarah Jackson, finishing in the other places, with Sarah Jackson finishing in a time of 59.44. So that was the women's 100 metre freestyle final.
So now we go
with Alison Jackson and Gemma Atherley and Alicia Beck Vestergaard winning the medals. And we'll move on now to the medal ceremony for the previous event. And that previous event was the men's 100 metre backstroke. And that was won by Robbie Jones from Jersey. And he won from lane 1. And he took the win over Tom Hollingsworth from Guernsey. And the 35-year-old is competing in the Island Games for Guernsey. And indeed, he competed 20 years ago as a 15-year-old in 2003. And recently on social media, he posted a picture of himself at the caption, "This is how it started, and this is how it's going." And it was a picture of him at the two medal ceremonies and opening ceremonies in Guernsey 20 years apart. So he won the silver medal at this year's event for the men's 100 metres backstroke. And the swimmers now are gathering, ready to be paraded down onto poolside for their medal ceremony and anthem.
So event number 37, the men's 100 metre backstroke, the bronze medal with a time of 57.69 seconds goes to Cayman Islands, Will Sellers. Well done, Will. The bronze medal in a time of 56.81 seconds going to Guernsey's Tom Hollingsworth. Sorry about that, I got something wrong there, the mouth's going. But anyway, the gold medal, we know what the gold medal is. The gold medal with a time of 55.87 going to Jersey's Rob Jones. So once again, that's the bronze. Bronze to Cayman Islands, Will Sellers, the silver to Guernsey's Tom Hollingsworth, and the gold to Jersey's Rob Jones. So can I ask you please to be upstanding for the anthem and the flag for Jersey.
That was the medal ceremony for the women's 100. For the men's 100 meters backstroke, with the winner Robert Jones from Jersey, winning in a time of 55.87. Next up, the sprint event, the blue ribbon event, typically regarded in international swimming, which is the men's 50 meters freestyle. And the 50 meter freestyle current Island Games record, which was set in 2013, is held by Brett Fraser from the Cayman Islands, and that time is set at a 21.73. And the top 4 swimmers from this morning are only separated by 0.3 of a second, so it's going to be a very tight race, and the swimmer who is fastest seeded has a seeded time or entry time for this meet is the only swimmer with the time sub 23 seconds. So we could well have a swimmer going sub 23 for this 50 meter event. So we have swimmers from the Isle of Man, from Jersey, Faroe Islands and Guernsey. These swimmers are being paraded down onto poolside before being announced to the crowd.
So the swimmers in lane number 1 for the Isle of Man, Alex Turnbull. In lane number 2 for Jersey, George Story. In lane number 3 for the Isle of Man, Joel Watterson. In lane number 4 for Jersey, Ollie Breo. In lane number 5 for the Faroe Islands, Bartel Edersgaard. And in lane number 6 for Guernsey, Jonathan Beck. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to be silent around the pool until we get underway. Over to you, Mr. Referee, sir.
This is the final for the men's 50 meter freestyle. The fastest seed, Joel Watterson from the Isle of Man, going in lane 3 with the black cap, and on either side of him he is flanked by 2 Jersey swimmers, George Story and Oliver Breu. Swimmers away into the final of the men's 50 metres freestyle, and in yield it is Joel Watterson who is taking the lead off the start, first to 15 metres, and he's going to be first to turn in lane 3, and he is a sprinter that typically uses and opts to use the over water straight arm recovery that people like Ben Proud from Great Britain also use, and he's going to touch first. Indeed, yes, he has gone sub 23, 22.93, the only swimmer to swim sub 23 on that 50 metres. And in second place looks to be George Story with a 23.30, followed by Oliver Breo in a 23.60. So the Isle of Man swimmer Joel Watterson takes the win in the men's 50 metre freestyle final, with George Story in second, Oliver Breu in third, with Bartel Erlings Idersgaard from the Faroe Islands in fourth, Alexander Turnbull in fifth, and Johnny Beck from Guernsey in 24.73. And in a moment, once the swimmers empty the pool, we'll move on to the medal ceremony, and that medal ceremony will be for the women's 50 metre freestyle. And that was won by the swimmer from Jersey just a moment ago, Gemma Athley, in a time of 58.4 seconds. And after that, we'll move on to another sprint event, and that sprint event is the women's 50 metre backstroke. And this morning, in the women's 50 metre backstroke, the fastest seed, Tatiana Tostevin from Guernsey, who will go in lane 3, set a new Island Games record. She set the Island Games record at a time of 28.59, taking a few hundredths of a second of the previous record held by Catherine Offer from the Western Isles, set in 2017. But that's also going to be another close race, just like the race we've just witnessed between the men for the 50 metre freestyle. And in a moment, the women from the preceding final for the women's 50 freestyle will be paraded onto poolside for their medals, and also for the anthem of Guernsey.
So please, let's welcome on the presentation party. So the presentation of medals as follows, with the bronze medal in a time of 57.83 seconds going to the Faroe Islands, Alisa Vestegard. The silver medal in a time of 57.51 seconds going to the Cayman Islands, Alison Jackson. And the gold medal with an all-comers record time of 57.35 going to Jersey's Gemma Atherley. So that's gold medal and cuddly toy. So once again, congratulations. The bronze medal, Faroe Islands, Alisa Vestegard. The silver to Cayman Islands, Alison Jackson. And the gold medal in those record times to Jersey's Gemma Atherley. So ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you please to be upstanding for the flag and anthem for Jersey. Thank you very much, and once again, congratulations to the Faroe Islands bronze medalist Alisa Vestigard, the Cayman Islands silver medalist Alison Jackson, and the gold medalist for Jersey, Gemma Atherley. And once again, our thanks to Mrs. Louise Pickwell there for presentation.
That was the medal ceremony for the women's 100 meters freestyle, with the winner being Gemma Atherley. And she's going to have a pretty tight turnaround because she's going next. And she's going next in the 50 meters backstroke. And in that event will be Megan Hansford, Gemma Atherley, who's going to just do a quick turnaround. I noticed she had her hat and goggles during the medal ceremony, so she's pretty much ready to go next. Tatiana Tostovan, Elizabeth Errol's daughter, Eve Wood and Sarah Jackson from the Cayman Islands, all competing next in the women's 50 meter backstroke final. And the technical officials are just checking the starting blocks and making sure the backstroke starting wedges are in place, ready for the next event. And once those checks are complete and the chief referee is happy with their placement, then the swimmers will be called down to start their race preparations ahead of the women's 50 meter backstroke final.
So we have where are we? I was looking at the wrong one then, ladies. Sorry about that. In lane number 1 for Jersey, we have Megan Hansford. In lane number 2 for Jersey, Gemma Atherley. In lane number 3 for Guernsey, Tatiana Tostovan. Lane number 4 for Faroe Islands, Elizabeth Erlendsdottir. Lane number 5 for Orkney, Eve Wood. And in lane number 6 for the Cayman Islands, Sarah Jackson. So as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm going to have silence around the pool until we get underway. Over to you, Madam Referee.
This is the final for the women's 50 meter backstroke, with fastest seed Tatiana Tostovan going in lane 3 for Guernsey. On either side of her, Elizabeth Errol's daughter from the Faroe Islands and Gemma Atherley from Jersey going in lane 2. And the swimmers are away underwater, and they'll break around the 50 meter mark, and it's Tatiana Tostovan breaking at 14 meters, and beside her Elizabeth Errol's daughter from the Faroe Islands. But it's Tatiana Tostovan turning first in lane 3, leading the way, and this morning she's already set an Islands game record, but it's going to be between Tatiana Tostovan and Elizabeth Errol's daughter Erlendsdottir in lane 4, and it is the swimmer from the Faroe Islands touching first, and she touches first in a 28.49, and that is a new Island Games record. And she was able to do that on the turn. She had a very good turn. She went in just behind Tatiana Tostovan and came up in front about half a meter, and was able to swim away to finish the event. And she finished in a time of 28.49. And second place was Tatiana Tostovan in a 28.83, followed by Gemma Atherley in a time of 29.07. Following that was Megan Hansford, Eve Wood and Sarah Jackson, with Sarah Jackson finishing in a time of 30.91. And in a moment, once those swimmers have cleared the water, we'll make preparations for the next medal ceremony. And that medal ceremony is for the men's 50-meter freestyle, where Joel Watterson from the Isle of Man took the win in a time of 22.93.
If you want live stream, the two gentlemen there are doing that. You can go on to NatWest and our games.
And here come the medalists for the men's 50 meters freestyle final, with the winner being Joel Watterson from the Isle of Man in a time of 22.93. George Story from Jersey in silver medal position, and Ollie Brow from Jersey in the bronze.
Right, so now we have the presentation of this event, 39 50-meter freestyle. So the bronze medal with a time of 23.6 going to Jersey's Ollie Brow. The silver medal with a time of 23.3 goes to Jersey's George Story. You'll have to stoop, George. George, you'll have to stoop. There we go. He's about 5 stories, never mind story, is he? And then the gold medal with all-comers record time of 22.93 going to the Isle of Man's Joel Watterson. So the bronze medal to Jersey's Ollie Brow, the silver medal to Jersey's George Story, and the gold medal in that record time of 22.93 to the Isle of Man's Joel Watterson. So ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the flag and anthem for the Isle of Man. Jersey's George Story with the silver, and the Isle of Man's Joe Watterson with the gold. Thank you very much, and once again our thanks to Mrs. Louise Cridwell. So as the flag people leave the pool, we will reassemble the seating.
Now we have two more events before
next up is the men's 200 meters breaststroke. And going in this final, fastest seed is Ronnie Halliot from Guernsey. This morning he went a 2:19.17, closely followed by the swimmer from Gotland, Elias Leith, and he went a 2:21.15, so it could well be between these two swimmers. But also we have Robert Jones in the next final. Robert Jones has already won an event this evening. That was the men's 100 backstroke, and he won that from lane 1, and indeed he's going to be in lane 1 again now in just a moment in the 200 meters breaststroke. And all three of these swimmers have seeded times of 2:15. So that's Robert Jones, Ronnie Halliot, and Elias Leith from Gotland, all going to be closely racing each other across the pool, and they'll be looking to take the win and maybe even getting close or beating Paul Johansson's current Island Games record set in 2015 in a time of 2:14.82. So three of these swimmers have already gone at 2:15. So getting under that 2:15 mark and hitting a 2:14 or faster is certainly possible.
So we have the guys down for their 200 meters, which will be 8 lengths of the pool. In lane number 1, swim for Jersey, we have Rob Jones. In lane number 2 for the Faroe Islands, Bartel Adesgaard. In lane number 3 for Guernsey, Ronnie Halliot. In lane 4 for Gotland, Elias Leith. In lane number 5 for Jersey, Thomas Defanes. And in lane number 6 for Gotland, Jack Sjoberg. So once again, I know you've heard it all before, but please can we have silence around the pool while the referee blows her whistle. Sorry, Mr. Referee. Over to you, sir.
This is the final of the men's 200 meters breaststroke. We have swimmers from Jersey, Faroe Islands, Guernsey, and Gotland. Swimmers are away. And taking the early lead in lane 3 is Ronnie Halliot. Ronnie Halliot's already won some breaststroke medals, gold medals this week. He won the 100 meters against his brother, who came second. And he also raced his brother in the 50. But in that case, his brother, Charlie Joe Halliot, took the win. So now Ronnie Halliot is out first on a 29.57. Looking to make it a Halliot 1, 2, 3 across the breaststroke events for Guernsey. And Ronnie is taking this race out to 75 meters. And in second place it is Robbie Jones in lane 1 for Jersey, closely followed by the swimmer from the Faroe Islands, Bartel Erlings Adesgaard. Also in the frame are the swimmers from Gotland and also Thomas Defanes from Jersey. And it's Ronnie Halliot splitting halfway in a 63.84, and he'll look to come back nice and strongly. So it'll be dependent on how quickly he has gone out in the first 100 and how much he's got left in the tank for the second half of the race. We'll see in just a minute. And there is a good battle for the silver and the bronze medal between the Gotland swimmer, the Faroe Island swimmer, and also Robbie Jones in lane 1 for Jersey. But it's Ronnie Hallett still leading, with perhaps the Gotland swimmer in lane 4 making a slight comeback and tracking Ronnie Jones down, and indeed taking the second lead over the Faroe Island swimmer. But it's Ronnie Hallett still leading in lane 3 for Guernsey, with 25 metres left to swim. And we'll see if Ronnie can keep his stroke length nice and long during this last 25 metres to make sure he can hold off the charge from the Gotland swimmer. And it looks like he's going to be able to, and if he can finish on a full stroke, very, very close there. A little bit of a glide in, but he was able to hold that win, hold his stroke, and touch first just before the swimmer from Gotland, Elias Leith, in second place. And the remaining places will be shown in just a moment once they've been confirmed. And it was Ronnie Hallett in lane 3, winning in a time of 2:17.89. Elias Leith in a 2:18.27. And Bartel Isengard from the Faroe Islands with a 2:19.49. Robbie Jones in 4th, Thomas Defanes in 5th, and Jack Soberg from Scotland in 6th with 2:28.91. And you can hear in the background there the team from Guernsey cheering on Ronnie, and he's being supported by his brother Charlie Joe on poolside, giving his coach Naomi a nice hug there with the win for the 200 metres breaststroke. And up next will be the presentation for the event that we've just had before this, which was for the women's 50 backstroke. And in that race it was Elizabeth Earlsdottir from the Faroe Islands winning in a new Island Games record of 28.49, followed by Tatiana Tostovan taking the silver medal for Guernsey. And in third place, after a quick dash from the previous medal ceremony into the water for the 50 backstroke, was Gemma Atherley from Jersey.
So, let's get some medals given here, and once again our thanks to Mrs. Louise Tripwell, the wife of Lieutenant Governor of Guernsey. Right, so in this event number 40, we have a bronze medal in a time of 29.07 seconds to Jersey's Gemma Atherley. The silver medal with a time of 28.83 going to Guernsey's Tatiana Tostovan. And the gold medal, now then we have 3 records to tell you here. A time of 28.49 seconds is the pool all-comers record, an Island Games record, and the Faroese record. So well done, Faroe Islands, Elizabeth Earlsdottir. Yes, the pool all-comers record time, Island Games record time, and a Faroese record time. So congratulations there to Elizabeth. So we ask you to be upstanding for the flag and anthem for the Faroe Islands. record times, 28.49 seconds. And congratulations also to Jersey for the bronze and Guernsey for the silver.
That was the medal ceremony for the women's 50 metres backstroke, won by Elizabeth Earlsdaughter from the Faroe Islands. And we're going to move on now to the next event. And the next event is the women's 800 metres freestyle. And this is a heat declared winner. So earlier this morning we had 2 heats already swum, and the fastest swimmer from this morning was Maddie Russell from Guernsey, and she swam a time of 9:41 seconds. And what that means for these swimmers is the swimmers have to swim faster than that time this evening in order to be in chance for a medal. And the current record stands at 8 minutes 47.98, set by Christina Neves from Guernsey from 2011. And we have 6 swimmers going in this fastest heat this evening. We have Delphine Riley from Guernsey, Alana Woodhall from Jersey, Kyra Rabis from Cayman Islands, who is the fastest seeded swimmer here in this event, and she's also the winner of the women's 1500 metres freestyle. Also in this final is Idrid Mortensen from the Faroe Islands, and she's second fastest seed. And we also have Clara Guinness from Jersey and Lauren Dennant from the Isle of Man. So in a moment the swimmers are all ready, and they will be presented and paraded down onto poolside, ready to be announced to the crowd.
Sorry for the delay there. Right, so the final individual event for this evening, and for the games in fact, event 42, the women's 800 metres freestyle. And swimming in lane number 1 for Guernsey, we have Delphine Riley. In lane number 2 for Jersey, Alana Woodhall. In lane number 3 for the Cayman Islands, Kyra Rabis. In lane 4 for the Faroe Islands, Idrid Mortensen. In lane number 5 for Jersey, Clara Guinness. And in lane number 6 for the Isle of Man, Lauren Dennett. So ladies and gentlemen, for the final time of the individuals, can I have your silence poolside? Over to you, Madam Referee.
This is the final heat for the women's 800 metres freestyle. Fastest seed going in lane 3 is Kyra Rabis from the Cayman Islands with a seeded time of 8:58.47.
Take your marks.
So swimmers here on the 800 metres freestyle swim 32 lengths. Now we can see that at the far end of the pool the technical officials are holding their lap counters. Those lap counters will count down from 31 to 1, helping the swimmers understand and know how many lengths that they've got left to swim. It's Kyra Rabis from the Cayman Islands over first at the 50 metres in a time of 30.35. Followed closely by the other swimmers in a line, with perhaps the Faroe Isles swimmer in lane 4 and Clara Guinness in lane 5, turning in second and third. So it's Kyra Rabis from the Cayman Islands who's coming up to the 100 metre mark, and she's going to turn first, and she does in a 63.02. Cara is the winner of the 1500 meters freestyle. So she has got the fitness to be able to win this 800 meters. The 800 meters is about half that distance of the 1500. And before, a couple of years ago, women swimmers typically only swam the 800, while the men typically swam the 1500, but that's all different now. Men and women swimmers swim both the 800 and the 1500 meters at all meets and also at the international level, including the world level and Olympic level. And it's Kyra Rabis coming in to turn with maybe 10 meters to go just before the 200 meters, and she is leading the way by about a body length, and she's going to turn, and she does so in a time of 2:09.68. So her first 100 meters was at a 63 pace, and now she's moved out and relaxed into her swimming, and she's swimming away from the other swimmers with a split time of 66 seconds per 100 meters. So she'll look to maintain that for as long as possible, and if she's nice and comfortable, then she'll look to actually speed up as she approaches the last 200 meters and actually look to drop that time down to closer to maybe 64 seconds for the last 100 meters split. But she's looking nice and comfortable as she's approaching the shallow end of the pool for her turn, and it looks to be Edred Mortensen from the Faroe Islands starting to move ahead of Clara Guinness from Jersey in lane 5, and these three swimmers are well clear of the rest of this final heat. Kyra Revis is turning on a 3:16.3, and again she is clocking at a 66 pace, so she's found her rhythm and the pace that she's comfortable swimming at for this 800 meters, and she'll look to maintain that pace for as long as possible, knowing that with about 200 meters to go she should have enough in the tank to be able to speed up and move further away from the swimmers. But the other swimmers will have that same strategy in mind, and those swimmers include Edred Mortensen from the Faroe Islands, who's just turned there in lane 4 in second place, and Clara Guinness for Jersey in lane 5. So after this next turn, Kyra Revis will turn and move into the length just before the 400 meter mark, so that will be halfway. So here she comes with 5 meters before the turn, and she turns in a 4:22.80, so another 66 pace there for Kyra Revis. And if she holds this, maintains this pace and comes back, she'll be looking at around a final time of 8:45 for the event. And the current record is held by Christina Neves from Guernsey, and that was set in 2011. And the Island Games record stands at 8:48.98. So that record is under threat from the Cayman Islands swimmer if she maintains this pace and is able to come back in an even paced swim. And she's still building that lead from the second place, Edred Mortensen from the Faroe Islands and Clara Guinness in third from Jersey in lane 5. And that lead is now drifting out to about 10 meters. And we're going to turn now at a 5:29.3. So again, another 66 pace for the swimmer from the Cayman Islands. So it's almost metronomic in her pacing, and she is looking very comfortable as she's swimming away from the rest of the heat. And she's over there in a 6:02.94, followed by Edred Mortensen in second in a 6:09.94, and Clara Guinness in a 6:12.66. Clara Guinness is carrying on her pace, and she's moving that winning margin out to about 15 meters over second place. And here she comes for the 600 meter turn, and she's going to turn in a 6:36.22, and that's still a 66 pace with 200 meters left to swim. So she's able to go a little bit quicker, maybe a 65, followed by a 64 second paced 100. She'll be looking to come in below the current Ireland Games record held by Christina Neves from Guernsey, set in 2011, which currently stands at 8:47.98. And that lead she's building is going beyond 15 meters. And with the next turn, she'll have 5 lengths left to go. So what we'll see, probably on the next 100 or so, Cara starting to switch her technique from just a 2-beat leg kick to a 4-beat leg kick. And indeed, she's already started to do that. So she's trying to increase her pace, and she's getting encouragement from her teammates and her coaches. And she turns there in a 7:42.77, so another 66 pace all the way through. And yes, she's brought in her leg kick with 100 meters left to swim, and she's increased her stroke rate as well to try to speed up her pace. And she'll look to try to go sub 66 on this last 100 meters, and she'll come in now with 50 meters left to turn with a 20-meter lead over second place, and she'll hear the whistle indicating that she's got 50 meters left to swim. And she's currently turned in on an 8:15, and she's now trying to sprint home with 30 meters left to swim. And with this turn, she's got 1 length to go, and she's looking to take the win, but it's whether or not she can dip under the current Ireland Games record held by Christina Neves, which is set at 8:47.98. And she has. Cara Ravis wins the 800 freestyle with a new Ireland Games record, beating the previous time of Christina Neves from Guernsey from 2011. That was set at 8 minutes 47.98. And Cara Ravis from the Cayman Islands has just beaten that. And in second place was a swimmer from the Faroe Islands, and third was Clara Guinness from Jersey. And the other swimmers are coming in to finish now. So that's Alana Woodhall from Jersey, followed by Delphine Riley from Guernsey in lane 1, and Lauren Dennant from Isle of Man in lane 6, finishing with a time of 9:26.97. But the winner was Cara Ravis in a time of 8:46.33.
Well, ladies, thank you very much. So we are going to have one more presentation and a 10-minute break. We'll have a presentation of medals for event 41, the men's breaststroke and breaststroke.
Next up will be the medals ceremony, and that's going to be for the men's 200 meters breaststroke. And the winner in that event was Ronnie Halliot from Guernsey. He was able to hold off the charge from Elias Leith from Gotland, who came back strongly in the second half of the race, looking to track Ronnie down and take him just on the finish. But even with Ronnie's glide in on the last stroke, he was able to maintain that touch and beat Elias Leith to the finish. So Ronnie Halliot took gold, Elias Leith took silver for Gotland, and Bertil Erlingsson Edesgaard for the Faroe Islands took bronze. So in a moment, those swimmers will be made ready for the medal ceremony, and they'll be paraded down onto poolside to receive their medals and hear the anthem for Guernsey. Next we have the medal ceremony for the men's 200 meters breaststroke, and that's the gold medal to Ronnie Hallett from Guernsey. So that is a Hallett 1, 2, 3 on the breaststroke events here at the Guernsey Ireland Games, and it'll be Ronnie's second individual gold medal. He won the gold in the 100 and now the 200, while his brother Charlie Joe won the gold medal on the 50. In second place was Elias Leith from Gotland and Bertil Erlingsson Edersgaard in third.
Thank you, guys. So, event number 41, the men's 200 meter breaststroke medal presentation. The bronze medal with a time of 2 minutes 19.49 going to the Faroe Islands, Bertil Edersgaard. The silver medal with a time of 2 minutes 18.27 seconds going to Gotland's Elias Leith. And the gold medal with an all-comers record pool time of 2 minutes 17.89 going to Guernsey's Ronnie Hallett. So that's the bronze medal there to the Faroe Islands, Bertil Edersgaard. The silver medal to Gotland's Elias Leith. And the gold medal in an all-comers record time to Guernsey's Ronnie Hallett. So as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the flag and anthem for Guernsey. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Bertil, Elias, and Ronnie. Once again, our thanks, man.
So what happens next is we're going to have a short interlude, and what that means is we can prepare for the next relays, and we have 3 relays this evening, and they'll go in just a moment. There will be the men's 4x100 meter freestyle team relay, the women's 4x100 medley team relay, and the mixed 4x50 meters freestyle team relay. But we'll have just a short break just to get the swimmers ready. May well take a little bit of a warm-up now in just a moment to prepare themselves for the relay. Those who haven't swum and those that have swum, they'll just get prepared. But in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll switch to some of the highlights of the week, and we'll look to enjoy these ahead of the next set of finals, which will come up in just a moment. Hello everyone, welcome to Beausejour Leisure Centre here in St Peter Port on the beautiful island of Guernsey for the 2023 NatWest International Island Games.
Guernsey, Charlie Joe Hallett. In 4. Also for Guernsey, Ronnie Hallett.
And swimmers are away cleanly into the underwater work, and first to rise it is at aim 4, so that's Ronnie Hallett, the younger of the 2 Hallett brothers, can finish on a full stroke. As Charlie Joe in the touch by 6/100ths of a second, followed by his brother Ronnie, and that obviously means a lot to Charlie Joe. And the swimmers away cleanly and into their underwater work. And she does indeed. 28.00 for Orla Raby. And second was Molly Staples in a 28.86. The two girls are delighted with that. Under the current Ireland Games record, and indeed she can. The current Ireland Games record set by the Isle of Man has been broken by the Guernsey team in a 1:54. So welcome back after our short interlude, and in a moment we're just going to move into the 3 relay events. But before that, we have the medal ceremony, and that's the medal ceremony for the women's 800 meters freestyle, and that was won by Kyra Rabes from the Cayman Islands with a very well-paced swim indeed. Looking at her splits across the 800 meters, she went to 63, 66, 66, 66 out on a 4:22.8, and then in the second half of the Ritz swim she went a 66, a 66, a 66, finishing on a 63 for a time of 8:46.33, which is a new Island Games record, beating the previous record held by Christina Neves from 2011. So Kyra Rabes was able to evenly split the swim to take the win on the 800 meters freestyle.
Presentation right of event 42, the women's 800 meters freestyle. The bronze medal in a time of 9 minutes 5.84 seconds goes to Jersey's Clara Ginnis. The silver medal in a time of 9 minutes exactly 04 seconds going to Faroe Islands' Edrid Mortensen. And the gold medal in an all-comers pool record time, an Island Games record time of 8 minutes 46.33 goes to the Cayman Islands' Kyra Rabes. So once again, bronze to Jersey's Clara Ginnis, the silver to Faroe Islands' Edrid Mortensen, and the gold medal with 2 records under her belt to Cayman Islands' Kyra Rabes. So ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the flag and anthem for the Cayman Islands. So well done, ladies. Thank you. Jersey with the bronze. Faroe Islands with the silver, and the gold medal going to the Cayman Islands, Kira Rabes. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for the presentation there, and apologies, Sam, I didn't give you your full title of Head of Recreation for the States of Guernsey. Wowza. Thank you very much indeed for your attendance here.
And next up, after that medal ceremony, will be the men's 4x100 meter freestyle team relay. And the current Island Games record stands at 350.65, held by the Cayman Islands. And that was set in 2013. And that was a team of Alexander McCallum, Brett Fraser, Jeffrey Butler, and his brother, Brett Fraser's brother, not Jeffrey Butler's brother, Brett Fraser's brother, Sean Fraser. And if we look at that time, that really would equate to all four swimmers on average splitting 50 points to finish with that time of a 320.65. This evening we have teams from the Isle of Wight, Jersey, Isle of Man, the Faroe Islands, Guernsey and the Shetland Islands, all competing in this men's event. And going for the Isle of Wight on the first leg will be Joel Carter. For Jersey it will be Ollie Breu. The Isle of Man first leg will be swum by Benjamin Cabell. The Faroe Islands first swimmer will be Isaac Dag Britsveld. Charlie Joe Hallett will swim for Guernsey on the first leg, and Caelan Johnson from the Shetland Islands will go first on this men's relay for 4x100 meters freestyle.
Right, let's give you the islands and the names of the swimmers. In lane number 1 for the Isle of Wight, we have Joe Carter, Rossen Martin, Benji van de Heelstraat, and George Haywood. Lane number 2 for Jersey, Ollie Breo, Rob Jones, Matthew Defanes, and Isaac Dodds. Lane number 3 for the Isle of Man, Ben Kebbell, Carrick Thompson, Pete Allen, and Joel Watterson. In lane number 4 for the Faroe Islands, Isaac Dag Brissenfeld, Eni Moore Askham, Lukjas Johansson, and Bartel Edesgaard. Lane 5 for Guernsey, Charlie Joe Hallett, Tom Hollingsworth, Jonathan Beck, and Ronnie Hallett. And finally, lane number 6 for the Shetland Islands, Colin Jonsson, Joe Carter, Magnus Bullo, and Robbie Thompson.
So this is going to be the first relay of this evening. We have 3 relays. This is the men's 4x100 meter freestyle team relay, and it's going to be exciting. The first leg is away, and the swimmer from the Isle of Man in lane 3. As Benjamin Cable takes an early lead, but he's closely followed by the swimmer in lane 2, Oliver Breu. The swimmers in the middle of the pool are all in a line, and Charlie Joe Hallett is also up there for Guernsey in lane 5. And it is Charlie Joe Hallett and Oliver Breu from Jersey and Guernsey who split on the 50. And it'll be these 4 swimmers from Jersey, the Isle of Man, the Faroe Isles and Guernsey, who are going to come into the finish for the first 100 metre. And it's going to be Oliver Breu for Jersey who's going to touch first in lane 2 in the red cap. And he touches in a time of 51. And the team from Jersey are extending their lead out. The lead that Oliver Breu set on the first leg. And in the water for them is Robert Jones. So Robert Jones is building a body length lead over the team in lane 3, which is that of the Isle of Man, and that's Carrick Thompson in the water for them. And he's starting to get buffeted a little bit by the waves and the splash being created by the Jersey swimmer in lane 2, Robert Jones. And closely followed is the swimmer from the Faroe Islands. And the swimmer in Guernsey is Tom Hollingsworth. But it's Robert Jones who is building that lead over the other 3 teams in the middle of the pool. And in for Jersey is Matthew Defanes on the 3rd leg. And he's maintaining that lead built from the earlier 2 legs. But the swimmer from the Isle of Man in the water, Pete Allen, will look to chase him down, as will the swimmers in for the Faroe Islands, Liglas Johansson and Johnny Beck for Guernsey. And these swimmers are all in a line, a diagonal line across the pool. So over first is Guernsey, second is the Isle of Man, third is the Faroe Islands, and fifth in lane 5 is fourth is Johnny Beck for Guernsey. But it's Jersey touching first in a time of 2:35.38, and in the water for them is Isaac Dodds, and he's going to be chased down by the winner of the 50 metre freestyle and also the 100 metre freestyle, Joel Waterson from the Isle of Man. So this could well be a very close finish. We have a distance swimmer in lane 2 being chased by a sprinter in lane 3. So we have the Isle of Man swimmer chasing down Isaac Dodds from Jersey, and it looks like the sprinter Joel Watterson is going to do it, and he's moved into the lead and will come down to the last 10 metres. And yes, Joel Watterson from the Isle of Man, holding his breath, finishing on a full stroke, takes the touch and finishes with a time of 3:24.19, followed by Jersey, Isaac Dodds, bringing them home. And third is the Faroe Islands, brought in by Bartel Erlingsson Edesgaard. So that was a very fast final leg by Joel Waterson to catch Isaac Dodds from Jersey to take the win in 3:24.19. Second were Jersey, third were the Faroe Islands, fourth were Guernsey, next were the Isle of Wight, and then finally in was sixth was the Shetland Isles, finishing in a time of 3:40.51. And the Isle of Man team on average split a 51-0 to finish across those 4 legs. So after that exciting race, another exciting race. This will be the women's 4x100 metre medley team relay. And unlike the men, these swimmers swim all 4 strokes, starting off with backstroke on the first leg, then breaststroke, butterfly and front crawl for the final leg. And fastest into this evening's final is the team from Guernsey, and that's made up of Tatiana Tostovan, Laura Lacroix, Orla Raby and Ailish Raby. So the 2 sisters combining in this event, going in 3rd and 4th. So Tatiana Tostovan will swim backstroke, Laura Lacroix breaststroke, Orla Raby butterfly, and Ailish, her sister, bringing the team home on front crawl. The other teams in this final are the Cayman Islands, Jersey, the Faroe Islands, the Isle of Wight and the Isle of Man.
So the teams in the ladies 4x100 meter medley, the mouth's giving out. In lane number 1 for the Cayman Islands, we have Sarah Jackson, Sabine Ellison, Alison Belfonte, and Veronica Fankina. Lane number 2 for Jersey, we have Megan Hansford, Erin Goodbody, Gemma Atherley, and Alana Woodall. Lane number 3 for Guernsey, Tatiana Testevon, Laura Lacroix, Ola Raby, and Ailish Raby. Lane 4 for the Faroe Islands, Elizabeth Erinsdottir, Lee Osberg Hosted, Joanna Olafsdottir, and Alisa Beck Vestergaard. Lane 5 for the Isle of Wight, Mia Stilwell, Grace Pointer, Abigail Lacey, and Isabel Muncaster. And in lane number 6 for the Isle of Man, Elizabeth Curfey, Kira Prentice, Robin Douglas, and Lauren Dennett.
This is the final for the women's 100 metres medley team relay. The current record stands at a 4:15.64, held by the Isle of Man, set in 2015. So we have teams from the Cayman Islands, Jersey, Guernsey, the Faroe Islands, Isle of Wight and the Isle of Man, all swimming in this final with a backstroke leg going first. So we have 2 swimmers going in this in this final, who have broken an Ireland Games record already today. So that is Tatiana Tostevin in lane 3. She broke the 50 metres backstroke relay backstroke Ireland Games record this morning. This evening it was the lady beside her, Elizabeth Errolsdottir, who broke it in the final to take the win. So these 2 are backstroke sprint specialists, and as you might expect, they are leading the backstroke leg, followed by the swimmer in lane 2 from Jersey, which is Megan Hansford. So it's these 3 teams who are swimming away from the others currently. With Elizabeth Errolsdottir taking a slight lead over Tatiana Tostevin, and there's not much between these first 2. In fact, it's only 1/10 of a second separating first and second, with Jersey in third, with Megan Hansford finishing the backstroke leg, and taking over from her is Erin Goodbody. But in the water for Guernsey is Laura Lacroix, and for the Faroe Islands it's Leah Osberg Holsted. And indeed it is Leah Osberg Holsted for the Faroe Islands, building a slight lead over Laura Carr from Guernsey, and it's going to be the Faroe Islands who are going to touch first. But there's not much between them, and going in next will be Ola Raby from Guernsey. And Ola Raby has won the 50, the 100 and the 200 metres butterfly already. So she is a butterfly specialist, and she'll be going up against Johanna Oldslasdottir for the Faroe Islands. So it could well be that she is looking to build a lead, and it'll be up to Laura Lacroix to try to hold Leah Osberg Holsted to a close lead, and indeed she does, and she touches first. And again, only 1/10 of a second separates Team 1 and 2. Gold and medal position, but it's going to be Orla Raby who's going to move ahead of the Faroe Isles swimmer. So Orla Raby has built a body length lead over that first 25, as you might expect, as a swimmer who's won the 50, 100 and 200 butterfly already this week. And she touches, and that lead that was only 0.1 of a second has moved out to 3 seconds over the course of 50 metres. And if she carries on this pace, the Guernsey team could well have a lead of 6 seconds over second place. But in the picture is the swimmer from Guernsey, from Jersey, Gemma Atherley in third, who is catching up the Faroe Islands. And it will be up to those two swimmers and those two teams to battle out for silver and bronze, because it looks like Guernsey have built a 10-metre lead over that 100, with Orla Raby finishing and her sister Ailish Raby taking a lead, and she is 10 metres in front of second place, and that is going to be Alana Woodhall from Jersey. She is in second, but it's very close between her and Elisa Vestergaard for the Faroe Islands. But Ailish Raby is holding that 10-metre lead with 50 metres left to swim, and she's going to build on that, and if she carries on at this pace, she may well be looking close to the Ireland Games record. She could well do it if she can come back in under 15 seconds for this final 25, which she should be able to. She's a swimmer who can swim sub 60, so she's got 5 metres left to go, and she's holding her breath for the finish, and she's done it. She's won it in a new Ireland Games record. And second, by only 5/100ths of a second on the touch, is Elisa Vestergaard holding on for the Faroe Islands against Alana Woodhall for Jersey in third. So Guernsey were able to win that 4x100 metre medley team relay, and they've doubled up on the medley team event because they also won the 4x50 medley team relay in our Ireland Games record. So that's 2 Ireland Games records for the Guernsey team: the 4x50 medley team relay and the 4x100 medley team relay. Second were the Faroe Islands in 4:18.71, and only 5/100ths of a second, a very tight finish between them and Jersey in third, 4:18.76. In fourth place, the Isle of Wight, fifth, the Cayman Islands, and sixth, the Isle of Man, touching in a 4:37.34. So that was another exciting race. Always on the finals evening, the relays are always exciting, and we've got one more left to go. The final event and the final race of the swimming program will be the mixed 4x50 metre freestyle team relay. But before that, we're going to move into a medal ceremony, and that medal ceremony will be the first of the relays that took place this evening, which was the men's 4x100 metre freestyle team relay, and that was won by the Isle of Man, with swimmers Peter Allen, Benjamin Cabell, Carrick Thompson and Joel Waterson. In second place were Jersey, with a team of Oliver Breu, Matthew Defanes, Isaac Dodds and Robert Jones. And it was really down to a race of that last leg between Joel Waterson and Robert Jones, with the distance swimmer Robert Jones being out-touched by the sprinter from the Isle of Man, Joel Waterson. He was also the winner of the 50 freestyle and the 100 freestyler earlier this week. And in third place, 2 seconds behind was the Faroe Islands with the team of Henny Moore Askum, Isaac Dag Breitsveld, Bartol Erlingsson Erdesgaard and Liglas Johansson. And in a moment those members of the relay teams will be brought together, ready for the medal ceremony. They'll be paraded past the spectators on the top balcony here at Beausejour, brought down the steps onto poolside, ready to receive their medals and also stand for the anthem of the Isle of Man. So here we are for the medal ceremony for the men's 4x100 freestyle team relay. With the winning team of the Isle of Man made up of Peter Allen, Benjamin Cabell, Carrick Thompson and Joe Watterson in a time of 3:24.19.
So in bronze medal place with a time of 3 minutes 27.28, the bronze medal goes to the Faroe Islands. Isak Dag Brissenfeld, Heinimor Askum, Lukas Johansson and Bartel Edersgaard. Thank you. Who's missing? Julian Lennon at the back there. The silver medal in a time of 3 minutes 25.24, going to Jersey's Ollie Breo, Rob Jones, Matthew Defanes and Isaac Dodds. Silver medal to the Jersey team. And the gold medal in a pool record time of 3 minutes 24.19, going to the team from the Isle of Man, Ben Kebbel, Thomas Carrick Thomas, Pete Allen and Joel Watterson. Gold medal to the Isle of Man team. That's the bronze medal to the team from the Faroe Islands, the silver medal to the Jersey Island boys, and the gold medal with a pool record time to the team from the Isle of Man. And a cuddly toy, don't forget the cuddly toy. Whoops. Thank you very much, madam. So, once again, may I ask you please to be upstanding for the flag and the anthem for the Isle of Man. So once again, well done guys. Bronze to the Faroe Islands, silver to Jersey and gold to the Isle of Man teams. And once again, our sincere thanks to Mrs. Louise Cripwell, the wife of the Lieutenant Governor of Guernsey. Thank you, ma'am. So now we should have the ladies lining up for the presentation.
So next up will be the medal ceremony for the women, and this will be for the 4x100 meter medley team relay that we've just seen, and that was won by the team of Guernsey, and that was the team of Tatiana Toston going backstroke, Laura Lacara breaststroke, Laura Raby on butterfly, and Ailish Raby, her sister, going on the final ankle leg for front crawl, and they won that event in a new Ireland Games record of 4:14.30, which was 1.3 second faster than the previous Ireland Games record held by the Isle of Man, which was 4:15.64. And then in second place was the Faroe Islands team with Elizabeth Errolsdottir, Leah Osberg Holstead, Johanna Olvlad's daughter, and Alisa Beck Vestergaard. And that team finished in a time of 4:18.71 and only 5/100ths of a second after. In third were Jersey with a team of Gemma Atherley, Erin Goodbody, Megan Hansford and Alana Woodhall, and they came home in a time of 4:18.76, only 5/100ths of a second behind the team of the Faroe Islands. So as the Teams are just being marshaled for the medal ceremony. In a moment they will be ready to come down the stairs, paraded onto poolside, and then receive their medals and listen to the anthem of Guernsey in just a moment.
Oh, now the flags. Do we have the ladies to go with them? Yes? Orders from them, sorry. No, you yelling. Please welcome on the presentation party for event number 44, the women's 4x100 medley relay.
So we have a plethora of records to give you this evening for this event. The bronze medal with a Jersey Island record time of 4 minutes 18.76 goes to Jersey's Megan Hansford, Erin Goodbody, Gemma Atherley and Alana Woodall. As I said, in that Jersey Island record time of 4 minutes 18.76. Well done, ladies. The silver medal, oh sorry. Thank you very much. The silver medal going to the team from the Faroe Islands. That is Elizabeth Erlendsdottir, Lee Osberg Hoisted, Joanna Olofsdottir and Alice Beck Vestergaard. And the gold medal with 3 record times. We have a pool all-comers. We have the Guernsey Island record and an Island Games record time of 4 minutes, 14.3 seconds going to the team from Guernsey. That is Tatiana Tosteven, Laura Lacroix, Orla Raby and Ailish Raby. So the bronze medal with a Jersey Island record time to the team from Jersey. The silver medal going to the team of the Faroe Islands. And the gold medal with 3 record times there, 4 minutes 14.30 to the hometown of Guernsey. So please, ladies and gentlemen, can I please ask you to be upstanding for the anthem and flag for Guernsey.
And that was the medal ceremony for the women's 4x100 meter medley team relay, with the winner being Guernsey.
Chairman of the Technical Committee, Guernsey Island Games Swimming, and also President for the Guernsey Amateur Swimming Association, Mr. Chris Bush.
And in a moment, we will move on to the final of this evening. The final of this evening. And that's going to be the mixed 4x50 meter freestyle team relay. And in that will be the team of Guernsey, Jersey, the Cayman Islands, the Isle of Man, the Faroe Islands, and the Isle of Wight. So this is a relatively new event, not just at the Island Games but internationally. It was brought in only a few years ago, and the current record stands at 137.74, and that's held by the Isle of Man from 2019, from the last Island Games, and that was the first time that this event was swum at the Island Games. And what this relay entails is all teams have the opportunities to swim 2 men and 2 women, but in whatever order they choose. So some teams go with 2 men first or 2 women first, and vice versa, and some teams alternate the men and the women as they go through. And I can see on the start sheet there are different tactics that the teams are choosing to use. So up next is the final. The final on the final day. So this is the mixed 4x50 freestyle team relay. 2 women, 2 men, in whatever order you decide, until the end of the race. So the current record stands at 3:57.74, set in 2019. That was the last time this was swum, and also the first time this was swum. So the mixed medley relay is a mixed freestyle team relay is a relatively new event across the international stage at swimming. It's only been in place for a few years, really, and this is the first time in 2019 it was swum, so this is the second time at the Island Games that this event has been undertaken.
Sports Complex in beautiful Guernsey. The final event, mixed relay. In lane number 1, the team of Guernsey, Hannah Jones, Ola Raby, Charlie Joe Hallett, and Ronnie Hallett. In lane number 2, the team for Jersey, George Story, Rob Jones, Megan Hansard, and Gemma Atherley. Lane 3, the Cayman Islands, Thomas Ferguson, Jake Bailey, Alison Jackson, and Kira Raves. In lane number 4 for the Isle of Man, Laura Kinley, Pete Allen, Chloe Batty, and Joel Watterson. In lane 5 for the Faroe Islands, Bartel Edelsgaard, Roland Topdown, Elizabeth Ehrens-Doppia, and Alice Vestergaard. And finally, lane number 6 for the Isle of Wight, Joe Carter, Nell O'Brien, Abigail Lacey, and George Haywood. So please, for the final time of this year's Island Games, please, silence around the pools, but when we get underway, cheer as loud as you want. Silence around the pool, over to you, Mr. Referee, sir.
And this is the final on the final day, the mixed 4x50 freestyle team relay. and it's going to be fast. The current relay record stands at 1:37.74. But like I said, we have teams who send their female swimmers off first, and then the male swimmers will go second, or they will alternate as they go. So in lane 2, they've chosen their male swimmer to go first. That's George Story, so he's going to take the lead ahead of the Faroe Isles in lane 5. So in the water now is Robert Jones from Jersey, and for the Faroe Isles it's Ronald Toftrum. And then also in the mix is Jake Bailey from the Cayman Islands in lane 3. But don't forget, some of these teams have yet to swim their men, and we will see the second half of the race unfold. And in the water now for Jersey is Megan Hansford, and closely following them in the Cayman Islands is Alison Jackson, and Chloe Batten is also in the water in lane 5. But Guernsey have now got their brothers in the water, so they've decided to swim their 2 male swimmers at the end. So this is going to be a very interesting final leg across. We've got Guernsey, who have Ronnie Halliot in the water, chasing down 3 girl swimmers. So that's going to be the swimmer for Jersey, the Cayman Islands and the Faroe Islands. And also in the water in lane 4 is the swimmer Joel Watterson, who's already won the 50 freestyle. So it's going to be a very, very tight finish. But it looks like Jersey have just got the touch. And they have. Jersey, with Gemma Atherley taking home the anchor leg, won the event, the final. And the rest of the results will come through in just a moment. And that's why these relays are so exciting. You have swimmers charging at the end and swimmers trying to hold on. And it was Guernsey who came in second. And then they came in second in a 1:38.47. And then Cayman Islands in third in a 1:38.67. Only 100th of a second in fourth place was the Isle of Man, followed by the Faroe Islands and the Isle of Wight in 1:44.86.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to do the presentation of that event as soon as you're ready, so please.
So that was the final with Jersey winning, and that was the team of George Story, Robbie Jones, Megan Hansford and Gemma Atherley taking the win in 1:38.30. Only 17/100ths of a second from the flying Ronnie Halliot from Guernsey in 1:38.47, and 2/10ths of a second after that, the Cayman Islands in 1:38.67.
What was tracking on as soon as possible and get that, we will appreciate it. Thank you. That is, of course, a technical expression of what they're tracking on. You know.
So in a moment, once those swimmers are all out of the water, they'll get changed into their team kit, and then they'll get ready for the medal ceremony for that final event. So as we wait for that, we can look forward to the next Ireland Games and the swimming in Orkney. So the swimming in Orkney will take place in 2025, and that's at the Picaquoy pool, or the locally referred to Picky Leisure Centre in Corkwall, which is in the main town in Orkney. And like Beausejour here in Guernsey, it's a 6-lane pool, 25 metres in length, so it's a short course pool with a movable floor. So unlike Beausejour, where we have a tiled floor which is fixed in depth, the movable floor in Orkney will move down to a depth of 2 metres. It also has the changing village just like Beausejour here, with a Swiss timing system. And that sports centre will host not just the swimming, but it will also host the athletics, the archery, badminton and squash. So for those people who are interested in the next Ireland Games and what to look for on their sports schedule, visit orkney2025.com. And here come the swimmers for the final medal ceremony of the swimming program, and that was a very exciting 4x50 meter freestyle team relay. So the winners, Jersey, held on to beat Guernsey, and also the Cayman Islands in third, with the Isle of Man just 100th of a second later in fourth place.
So finally get the final presentation. Once again, our sincerest thanks to her for Miss Louise Cripwell for her attendance here this evening. Thank you very much indeed, ma'am. So
The bronze medal in a time of 1 minute 38.67 goes to the team of Cayman Islands. Thomas Ferguson, Jake Bailey, Alison Jackson, and Kira Rabes. Thank you very much. And the silver medal in a Guernsey Island record time of 1 minute 38.47 goes to the Guernsey team of Hannah Jones, Orla Raby, Charlie Joe Hallett, and Ronnie Hallett. So Guernsey team there with a Guernsey Island record. Thank you very much. 1 minute 38.47. Well done. And the gold medal with an all-comers pool record time of 1 minute 38.3 going to the team from Jersey. George Story, Rob Jones, Megan Hansford, and Gemma Atherley. So once again, that's the bronze medal to the team from the Cayman Islands, the silver medal to the Guernsey team plus a Guernsey Island record time, and the gold medal to the Jersey people with a record time as well, at 1 minute 38.3. And the cuddly toys, of course. And once again, our sincere thanks to Mrs. Louise Cripwell there, the wife of the Lieutenant Governor of Guernsey. So it only remains for us for the final time to ask you to be upstanding for the flag and the anthem for Jersey. Very much once again, Mrs. Louise Cripwell. And also our thanks to Sir Richard Collis, who gave the presentations away earlier on. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, madam.
I'll get activated eventually.
That concludes the 12 events from this evening's final and brings to the close the swimming programme of the 19th edition of the NatWest International Island Games here at the Beausejour Leisure Centre in Guernsey. And at the close of the swimming programme, the top of the medal table is as follows. First, topping the table is Jersey with 15 golds, 12 silvers, 12 bronze, followed by Guernsey in the second place with 10 gold, 12 silver and 10 bronze. Following them is the Isle of Man with 9 gold, followed by the Cayman Islands with 5 golds, the Faroe Islands with 4 golds, the Isle of Wight ahead of Gibraltar. The Isle of Wight have 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, compared to Gibraltar's 1 gold and 1 bronze. Following them is the Shetland Isles with 1 silver and 1 bronze, Scotland 1 silver, and Ireland with 1 bronze medal. And although that was the end of the swimming programme, tomorrow there is more Island Games sport here in St. Peter Port, including the half marathon, cycling and the team triathlon events taking place along the front of St. Peter Port throughout the day. That said, all of the swimming sessions will be available shortly to view again on the NatWest International Island Games 2023, and in a moment highlights from today's sessions will be placed as we close. And just to summarise some of the highlights of this week, we've had 6 Island Games records. So one of those was in the 50 backstroke for Tatiana Tostovan in the heats this morning, but Elizabeth Errol's daughter went 1 better tonight and took the Island Games record of Tatiana Tostovan in the final of the 50 backstroke. As well as that, Elizabeth Errol's daughter took the Island Games record in the 100 metre distance. She took the Island Games record in the 100 backstroke. And tonight we had 2 other Island Games record. Kira Raves from the Cayman Islands in the 800 freestyle with a very well paced swim out on a 4:22 and back on a 4:23. So even pace swim there to take the record from Christina Neves from 2011. But we've also had 2 relay Island Games records, both broken by the Guernsey team, and that was the 4x50 medley team relay for women and also the 4x100 medley team relay. And that's all left for me to say is thanks for viewing, and I look forward to seeing you all again at the next Island Games in Orkney in 2025, which is in 729 days, 13 hours, 12 minutes and 52 seconds time. Thanks for watching.